Stop streaming. Start streaming. Okay. Are we back? Yes. We're back. Hey, cool. Let's pop out again. Pop out chat. Okay. So I just modified the settings for this VM. Or modified the settings for the VM as well. I added a different network adapter, which screwed up a bunch of stuff, but oh well. Now it's working. Let's start this. Continue. Let's see if this gets a... See if this gets a local IP. Yeah, config. Let's see what we got. Hey, 192.168.1.84. Okay. So now we have a proper IP address. Okay. So I'm going to do some stuff on my other monitor here. I'm going to... So I have my own domain name. So I'm going to add a DNS record for my domain name. .dev. I'm going to have it point to my home IP. And I'm also going to port forward. LAN? No, LAN. Port forwarding. Enable port forwarding, yes. Then we are going to set ports 80, port 3, 2.168.1.84. 3. Two. That's yes. So I support 3, 6.8.4, 4.4.3, and apply. Hopefully that doesn't mess with the connection. Doesn't look like it did. So just I can show at least parts of what I'm doing here. So I just added this port forwarding for this IP 184. Yeah. Okay, so that's applied, and now let's add a DNS record. This is a good thing I put on those rate limiting stuff, because anybody would be able to join and connect to my computer and try to screw this up. And the rate limiting will help prevent that. But before we can even do that, what is my IP? That's here. That can't be right. 43.0? Huh. I didn't know that I could get a IP that ends in 0. That's interesting. Okay. So I've got that applied. So you've got port forwarding, got my DNS name directed to this IP, to this VM. And now I'm going to, well, actually, I can use an online proxy, just to make sure that it is accessible. Dev. My antivirus might be getting in the way. SSDP, what are you? No. This. P, no. So I'm unable to connect to this server. Is there a way? Oh, firewall. Okay. Different thing, but I need to open. Okay, let's try some magic commands from the internet. I just googled expose port 80 on Ubuntu, and we will see what this does for us. PTCP D port 80J accept. Okay. Is that gonna help? Who knows? Could not be located. Failed to connect. Well, I guess this is a realistic simulation of what it's like to try to get this working, because port forwarding is always a pain in the butt, especially when it's in a VM. Especially when it's in a VM. Right now I'm on the other monitor trying to troubleshoot how to port forward. What a humbling experience. Those changes I made did stick, right? That one. Port forwarding. Source target 80 TCP. Plus. Hmm. Oh, that might be because, etc. NGINX. Whoops. Microsites available at listen 80 default server. Need, what was that config option? Server name. Is that what I need? Is that the magic bit of config that I need? Oh, no, it is not, because it already supports, I guess, server name. It will respond to all. well, doing this, I guess I might as well also apply the other rate limiting things. Zone. Seconds. Red. Zone. And 50 per second. So binary remote address zone and save. And let's reload. Back. Oh, well, that would explain why it's not responding. Isn't that still running? Okay. Hey, okay, now that works. Okay, so if you go to camp.dev, now you should be able to access my server externally. We need that to get the HTTPS stuff going. Okay. Recap. I've gotten all of the Vault stuff deployed locally. It's running, but now I need to actually access it from Tribal Wars. In order to do that, I need to get it to run over HTTPS. And I'm using NGINX within an Ubuntu server to try to handle that HTTPS stuff for me. And a prerequisite for that, and it will automatically, it'll fetch a new cert, it'll configure everything, and so on. It's really convenient, but in order to do it this way, you need to have domain name, and you need to have, well, it needs to be accessible externally. So I've got this, I've got NGINX, I've copied over a bunch of the Vault config related stuff, mostly just this miscellaneous config, and this in particular. We'll definitely need that. But don't have the Vault running yet because I still need to have that HTTPS stuff set up, which we'll do now. Okay, so now let's just do let's encrypt certbot. Certbot is the utility, and it should just be a matter of you get this, you run this, it'll auto detect NGINX, and it will give a bunch of different options. You know, what's my domain name and whatnot, and then it will handle everything else for me. Running NGINX on. For ESD Debian 0220. There we go. I need, yep, HTTP website, yep, those. Do we have to install Snap? Fine. Isn't Snap already included? It is. Snap install core. Snap refresh core. Probably didn't need to run that, but I'm running it anyway. No updates, cool. Okay. Now we will install certbot. When I first used this, there was just some bash script that you could run and it would just work from that, but I guess they changed how it's supposed to be installed. Or maybe it's just because I selected Ubuntu specifically and now it's giving me this for whatever reason. Whatever. To install certbot, yes. Let's install classic. Yes. Okay. run snap bin certbot user bin certbot. Get starter certificates. Okay, certbot -- NGINX. This is what I remember. Email address. Use my algorithm bandit account. Yeah, I read those. No, I do not want emails. my.tylercamp.dev. That, and that's going to do its thing. So it's going to request my.tylercamp.dev to make sure that that domain that I'm trying to reserve is actually pointing to the server. Validates that, then it builds the certificate, does whatever else it needs to do, and it installs it locally. So if I do 192.168.1 dot, what was the IP? ifconfig 84. So I can do it with HTTP or HTTPS // Now it is configured because, well, this is erroring out because it's trying to go here. Yes, okay. Let me modify my hosts file, which is Windows System 32. We're going to be doing some real hacker shit. Drivers, etc. hosts. If by hacker shit we mean modifying a text file, and I do mean modifying a text file. That over. Okay, so now we're going to take 192.168.1.84, and then we're going to put that as my.tylercamp.dev. So anyone else who goes to this domain will get to my server, but if I try to go to this, it's not going to work properly because you can't really connect to your own external IP for whatever reason. So as a workaround, just for local development, I have this in. So I save that. I have to copy it to my desktop because otherwise I can't edit it. You need admin privileges. On my desktop, copy it back with the change, replace, continue. Okay. Now, if I ping my.tylercamp.dev, goes to the right thing. Okay, so https:// my.tylercamp.dev. Hey, now it works, and we've got this nice checkbox, and it's all working well. Okay, let's run this. So I've got certbot, got HTTPS, and I also have that rule that I put in before, which sites available. That got. Can you see my this thing here? So that'll forward that. Let's actually run the vault. And then if I go here, script main.js, is it gonna work? No, because of my firewall. Hold up. Here we go again. Resets, troubleshooting, vault.app. Yes, unblock. Done. Try this again. Script main.js. Hey, script vault.js. Hey, so you've got HTTPS, the vault, a moment of truth. Drum roll, please. Did I get signed out? I did not. Okay, good. Thank you, by the way, to everyone who has donated premium points to me in the past. It's always gone to stuff just like this, which is getting premium so that I can test stuff. Although I'm not really using it anymore, of course, since I'm not playing. So let's grab that script I generated a while ago. Alt, paste, save, and fingers crossed. Oh, nope, actually, nope. that's not going to work because I have some config stuff. Some config stuff to change. Let's go in here. Is it going to be development.json? Is that what it was? This. Here we go. So I need to change this. my.tylercamp.dev. The base path is just the roots. I'm going to need to change, I didn't even validate that the URL was right. The script, let's go back. Yeah, no, that's not going to work. my.tylercamp.dev script main.js. Okay. So it's running. Okay. Moment of truth. Oh. Please run the script again to start using it. That's a funny joke. Let's see what happens when we do that. Oh, it actually works this. Oh, right, because I don't have obfuscation enabled. That'll do it. Oh, well. Okay. All right. It runs. There's no errors. Right. This is no longer available. Upload all. Skip. It's a nice. And I guess that's basically it. I mean, I don't have any data to upload, but hey, it works. Sweet. At least for local development. So I'm gonna change the server config. So next I'm going to be doing a quote-unquote proper deployment onto the Ubuntu server. But for now, I'm just going to modify. Let me close out of this. I'm going to modify the config, the NGINX config. Sites available, blah, blah, blah. So that I'm going to apply. Where did it go? I'm going to apply this. So if we get a dev, oh, and you can see the stuff that certbot OpenSSL automatically generated for us. So this is super nice just to use certbot because it'll configure this and it'll also renew the cert automatically. It's very useful. Otherwise, it can be a pain to try to manage. We're not going to use a regex, so it's just /dev. Then we need to rewrite the request URL, because if we go, whoops, if we were to request dev script main whatever, the Vault server won't know how to interpret this bit, but we also are really only using this bit to separate my dev instance versus the public instance. So we'll have NGINX, whoops, where'd it go? Yeah, whatever. We'll have NGINX strip out that dev prefix, and then it'll pass everything else back to right. It'll have everything else go back to either my server or whatever the public server is for other stuff. Having you on mostly no sound. Will you save the stream so I can check it out tomorrow? Yes. Assuming I can figure out how to do that. At the very least, I'm also recording it locally, so if it does get lost there, I can upload it somewhere. But yeah, it'll still be available. Okay, location dev, right, rewrite. So we're going to use a regex again, / we're going to capture everything after the dev, so we can forward this captured stuff to the server. Then we're going to match anything. Dot is a wildcard. We're going to match any number of whatever. We're going to match that, and then we're going to match everything up to the end of the URL. So this is what it's going to match. Now it is going to change it to / and then whatever we matched before. And then break for some reason. Okay. So take anything from dev, rewrite it, or rather it'll pull out that stuff and then forward the pulled out part of the URL. And then we just need everything else. So proxy pass, 68.1.9 I believe. So this will be, oh yeah, I already have that above. So this will be going to my local dev server, and it's kind of redundant because I already have that other one going. But we'll install the Vault on the Ubuntu web server and get all that running. Proxy pass, include proxy to general.cfg, save, x, s reload. Or actually, no, I don't even need to dev script alt. Nope. Yep. Script alt.js. Just trying to connect, but since I closed it, it's not connecting. Let's try that again. Oops. So that works fine. Why is this not liking location / dev? That did I do all right? A typo somewhere? Location dev. Star dollar. Oh, I don't have the proxy that header x original. Yes. I guess we need that. It's still working. And if you put dev here, that's still not working. Mhm. Yeah, why the hell is this not working? I don't get it. Why is the magic box not doing the magic? Location dev. Be right. Yes. First / dev / capture dollar forward to / yeah. URI. Yes. What the butt? I honestly have no clue why this is not working. Is there some other... Oh. Do I need that bit of magic config? Proxy, yes. Proxy Pass request headers on. Let's try that. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Script. Should need to start it or restart it, but enables. It should just symlink, yeah. Yeah, it does just symlink. Let's see password headers on. Whoops. Actually, oh, it doesn't matter. What in the butt? Either config that I'm missing? This is annoying. Well, I thought I was going to show you how to do this. Maybe not. You're gonna have to give me one moment. B. Yes, let's add text. 15 minutes. Sure. Whoops. Okay. Let's make. Yeah, good enough. Okay. Be right back. And we are back. Yes, back. Figuring out why the hell I don't save. Why the hell we're getting this? We're not supposed to get 404 because we have this location dev. What else? Did NGINX syntax change? So this should be giving you 404, but it shouldn't be the NGINX 404. I don't get why. It's something with having the same target under multiple. Nope. Nothing like that. That's not the problem. No, the issue is. Oh, what the hell? Oh. What the hell, server? Why did this duplicate all that? I guess that would explain why it's. Alright. I'm probably doing something I am not supposed to be doing. Potentially. Server. Freaking. Can I select all of this? No. Let's try it down here. Second entry here, which letsencrypt put in for us, or rather certbot put in for us. It seems we're supposed to be doing here, hopefully. Star and color 1 break. See pass and proxy W general, let's see a G. Reload with that. Hey, okay. Not sure. Yes, it. No, that doesn't make sense. You can have multiple server statements. Oh, because this is a more specific server name that. Okay. So if I had put server name that on the main config, that probably would have. It probably would have used the existing server block here rather than making a new one. Oh well. Now to delete all of that old crap. So another recap. We've got the vault running locally. We've got NGINX with certbot, letsencrypt, HTTPS stuff. Got port forwarding. Got all of that stuff set up. And next I'm going to be deploying the vaults onto this Ubuntu server here. But first I wanted to set things up so that I could have a copy of the vaults on the Ubuntu server and have another copy running locally. And the local copy would be exposed at dev right here. So, dev Script, main.js, yes, okay, cool. Okay, so now we've got that /dev redirecting to the local machine. And it wasn't working before because the certbot introduced a second configuration snippet, which was overwriting all of my stuff, and I didn't realize that it had inserted that, so I noticed that it had that snippet, and then I deleted all of the original config because the certbot copied all of the original stuff. So removed the original, started using the certbot config, and finally got all that working. Okay. Okay. Now for the fun process of trying to actually deploy this. Now, big question is, how can I copy files inside of this VM? Hyper-V copy files to VM. Perfect. Integration services, copy data file. But you know what? Screw that. I'll just use SSH. Ubuntu enable SSH. I unchecked that option, so it could have installed OpenSSH for me, but since I disabled it, doesn't have it, so I have to add it manually. Install OpenSSH server. Yes. We have WinSCP on here. WinSCP. I do not. So I'm going to be copying files over using SSH or SFTP. I think those are the same. And the client, the Windows client I will use is WinSCP, just because I'm familiar with it. Download, install, hello. Okay. Install, yes, yes, yes. Set, still, yeah, it's fine. Care about updates. No. Install. Launch WinSCP. Okay. SFTP. Yes. Something my.tylercamp.dev. Tyler. Next, yes. Yes. Hey, okay. So now I can copy files over. So I'm going to start copying stuff into my home directory, and then I'm going to actually move everything from there. Don't need that. More app. Okay, tw.vault.app. Run this publish release. Okay, now there's this bin, release, this. There's all this stuff. We're going to copy this over in a sec. But we're also going to build the map data fetcher. Build the migration tool. I'm going to have to run this. Oh, what was the command again? Publish release. Whoops. Code. Oh, that's it. Okay. Migration. Publish. Release. Runtime. Linux x64. Whoops. Okay. Runtime Linux x64. There. Map data fetcher. Configuration fetcher we don't need because we can run that locally manually. Well, do I already have? No, I do not. So this needs to be published as well. All of that. Let's start copying the stuff over. So we need to further manage and copy everything over. Yes. Let's manage to make app. App bin release net core Linux publish here. So need creation, the database initialization creation tool. Creation, bin release net core app this publish. Whoops. Oops. Nope, that's not what I want. I want this. Those over. And then we need make a map fetcher. I think that's all of the stuff. Map data fetcher, bin release, publish. So this over. Anything else? So that's all of that. So you've got all of those binaries copied over. Should be everything that we need to copy over for now, but there's still other stuff we need to do. At least if I go home, Tyler, ls, okay, we can see our folders, cool. Okay, so now we need to install Postgres. What's the, oh, magic Google, give me the command. Ubuntu install Postgres. Liquid Web seems okay. Maybe going to the actual website. Maybe